Hello, my name is Edgar Rascon Perez, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Cold War. So, what was the Cold War? Well, the Cold War was a conflict between the USA and the Soviet Union. Both countries had their respective allies. The Cold War was a conflict that was based in political, economic, and all kind of superiority between these two countries. They also did not want a war with weaponry because of the military weapon advances. They already had the nuclear weapons and all kind of stuff, and they would have started a nuclear war, which would have destroyed everything in the world. Important dates of the Cold War are October 4th, 1957. This was a space race. This means that the two countries, the Soviet Union and the USA, raced to see who can got further in space. Then it was April 17, 1961, the Bay of Pigs. This was when the US tried to invade Cuba, but also they failed. And then we have another two important dates. That was November 1969, the strategic arms limitation in November 9, 1989, when Germany finally reunited again. Now, what the term of Cold War means? Well, the Cold War is named like that because it was a non-weapon conflict. If it was a conflict with nuclear weapons or simple weapons, it will be more named like a hot war. But if this would happen, a lot of nuclear disasters would have happened in the world. How each economic system works: capitalism and socialism. First of all, the capitalism. The capitalism is a type of government where it is all based on the free market. This means that the government has absolutely nothing to do in the purchasing and cut the cost of the products. This means the cost of goods and services to the market forces. This type of economic system also has a law of demand. The law of demand means that the more demand that a product has, the highest price will be. Adam Smith was the first that came up with these ideas for the free market and how this could benefit the world. So these ideas opened the door for the capitalism to enter the world economy. Now the socialism. The socialism bases on the shared ownership of resources. So this is basically a form of communism. The socialism is a system that bases on a public ownership. Also, all of the legal production and distribution decisions are made uniquely by the government, and individuals rely on the state in terms of food and the healthcare. Another thing is that the government is capable of determining the prices of these goods and services. The people that came up with these ideas of the socialism are Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. These people wrote the Communist Manifesto, which brought us to socialism. For this section, I interviewed Dante Rascon. He has 58 years old and he is my uncle. So the first question was, what countries were the world leaders during this period? He said that the US, the Soviet Union, and Great Britain. Why did the countries who were allies during the war become enemies afterwards? He said that the main reason the allies became enemies, it was the mistrust. The countries were afraid of an attack and became enemies. Where did the Cold War took place? The Cold War took place in the US, the Soviet Union, in Asia, Europe, and also Cuba. What opinion did the general public had to the Cold War? Well, some people in the US started making bunkers at their homes because they were afraid of the Soviet Union would launch a missile or a nuclear attack to the US. Now, what type of weapons did the two world powers had at their disposal? Well, they had already the advanced nuclear weapons, which they were first used in the World War II in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now, what is my opinion on this topic? Well, my opinion on this topic is that the competition between economic, political, and technological advances is always good, but the problem with the Cold War was that it was a very tense situation between the US and the Soviet Union. With this, I mean that if something went wrong, any of the two countries could launch a nuclear attack to the other, and this would have started a nuclear war, or maybe they could have started another world war. And this will be disastrous because it will be a nuclear war and they would have destroyed everything. Then, between the two economic systems, I would have choose capitalism. So, as a person who is going to study economics and finance at the university, and that my dream is to have my own business, I think that the free market and the law of demand is good to all the entrepreneurs and the business people. As you can know, I do not have all the knowledge on this economic system, but I think that is better the capitalism, because this means that better products are going to come out, and also the competition between enterprises could rise up to have better products and services. With this I mean that the capitalism makes a type of competition between enterprises so they could compete to have better products than the others, and this could benefit us, the future businessmen, and also the people that wants the new products.